Hey guys, welcome to BLONITY. First, a little disclaimer, this is not financial advice, my own opinion and estimates. My estimates could be completely wrong. Don't trust, always verify, understand the numbers, be aware of scammers, and you know the best how to invest your money. Please be aware that I'm invested in all of these companies. So the Bitcoin path to 200,000. I mean, my target for this bull run is 200,000. I mean, that's a pretty big jump until the end of the year. I think in this bull cycle, 200,000 US dollars is still possible. Not sure whether we get this year or maybe later, maybe in 2022. But it's also possible. So in the end, no one knows where Bitcoin price is going. I think in the long term, it's only going up. In the short term, that here was also unexpected. It was a big drop here, but we're now recovering and we're close to 50,000. What is a little bit concerning is the very low volume here, especially on the Bitstamp chart here. When you go to the Binance US chart, for example, there's a lot more volume here. Not sure what that means. I think the real buying will start when we surpass 100,000. This is the mark when it's gonna be everywhere in the media, and everyone will jump into it. But yeah, we first have to go above 100,000, and this is still a long path. My personal opinion is that we need something like a trigger to get a lot higher, and I think something like a Bitcoin ETF in the US could bring this. People are speculating for this year. I personally think it could be in November. That would fit to a late year rally for Bitcoin. But this is all speculation. Right now we're close to 50,000, and that's where we are. Also for Ethereum, I mean, the Ethereum's chart looks stronger. It's a very steep path here, and we're not far away from the all-time high here. I mean, 1,000 US dollars, that's not a lot for Ethereum, but also the volume we can see here on the Bitstamp chart also declining. So yes, at some point the volume has to go up, in my opinion. We will see. Let's check the Bitcoin market here. We have the hash rate. I mean, we had a huge drop to 80 exahash or something like this. We're now recovering in the last month. We can see we're now at back to 140 exahash. So that was faster than some people expected. It's recovering, and the last difficulty adjustment was plus 13%. So that was a big one, and the next one is also going to be positive. The last one before was also positive, but we are still far away from the 25 difficulty here. We were at that point. We are now here, so there's still plenty of room here to recover to all-time highs. That means for the remaining miners, great mining profitabilities here, great mining margins. Okay, what's also interesting is when we go back to the Bitcoin chart here. I mean, we had this Wyckoff distribution, we had this Wyckoff accumulation, and now we're forming this weekly red candle here. So that could trigger a little correction here. Who knows? Here you can see the volume here on the Binance US chart. You can see that's a lot bigger than on Bitstamp. What's also interesting is that the MACD weekly has crossed green here again after a long red period here. I mean, this also indicated that we will see a drop. We had the drop, and I mean, last time we crossed positive somewhere here. We had the huge run up, so that looks positive. But let's go a little bit more into the mining metrics here. This is the mining profitability, the 3-year chart. We had good mining profitability in 2019 here when Bitcoin was at 14,000. But since then the hash rate increased, and the mining profitability early this year when we had these nice prices at above 60,000 US dollars, the mining profitability was at 40 cents per day per terahash here. Then we had the huge drop back to the 20s here. It was tough for miners, or tougher, but they were still all profitable, the miners I'm following. But with the price recovery and the low hash rate, we were here. We had an all-time high here on this chart here. This is from BitInfo charts. We had an all-time high for this year for mining profitability at approximately 45 cents per day per terahash. Then we had the difficulty adjustment in the last few days, 13%. So that's why we're dropping here below 40 cents. But yeah, we're close to the 40s, like here. Yeah, so mining still very profitable. Yeah, today at 37 cents per day per terahash. Also interesting here is Ethereum, the mining profitability, which is still very high. In my opinion, this is the wrong number here on BitInfo charts. I think the burn, since the London hard fork, we have EIP 1559 for Ethereum. And a lot of the transaction fees are burned, and I cannot see this on the BitInfo charts. It shows all the transaction fees, and I think this is calculated in the mining profitability, which is wrong because the miners don't get the burned fees. But yeah, I'm looking for a new chart now, or maybe BitInfo charts will adjust this. If you have one, please tell me in the comment section. But what's interesting for Ethereum mining profitability, it comes here in waves. So last year we had the first wave here, then we were bottoming here, then we had the second wave, a lot bigger here. Of course, we had this DeFi transaction fee craze here. We will not have this, I think, again because of EIP 1559. So, and now I think we're starting the third wave here in mining profitability for Ethereum, which comes with a huge price increase in Ethereum. So, gonna be interesting how the third wave here looks like. Okay, let's move on. Yeah, let's go to the miners. So, this one here is a few months ago. Some people maybe ask, okay, what is with the other miners like BitDigital, like Griffin Mining, and so on. So for BitDigital, I'm not 100% sure where the miners are right now. A lot of them are located in China, I think. So I don't know how many they're mining Bitcoins. So it's impossible for me to compare them right now. So I need a lot more data. And for Griffin Mining, yeah, I mean, they're starting the operation right now, and they will have this merger with 3D. And I think when that's done, so in September, October, I will include this company into the miner comparison, but I need first more data. I'm following this company, I'm invested in this, but it's not here in the miner comparison. Also, it's a lot of work to include companies here. I have to put in a lot of data. I mean, this is all Excel based. It's not a database or something like this, so it's a lot of manual work, you know. But yeah, these numbers here were from the last miner comparison in May or so. So I make a big break here with the miner comparisons. I mean, first of all, we had this huge price drop, and I wanted to see first how the miners react. I don't want to mislead anyone. And yeah, there was a lot of negativity, so sometimes it's good to make a break to see how everything develops. It feels now better. Positivity is back. The prices are back, and the miners are recovering, or some of them are recovering fast. So it seems like the plan is still in play for me here, and I want to share my results here. Okay, so yeah. Hive blockchain is still at approximately 400,000 a day here in gross mining margin. We have here HODL. It's lower, especially on the 90-day gross mining margin here, because when we have these big price drops and your efficiency is not that good, that affects your gross mining margin more than miners with a better efficiency. But HODL will get in the next few weeks. They will get these GPU miners with the for Ethereum mining, which with a huge efficiency, like 95% gross mining margin or so, and this will help HODL to get them back here up. Yeah, then we have Bitfarms here between 300 and 400,000 US dollars a day. We have Argo Blockchain here. Yeah, Mara is very interesting. I mean, the last time we were seeing Mara was always low here. And yeah, they're now number one here, above 500,000 on gross mining margin a day, maybe more. We have DigiHost down here in DMG. They're both still very low with hash rate here. And we have Riot. In this chart here, it's a little bit lower than Mara because the disclosed hash rate I'm calculating right now is lower. But when we look to July, I mean, they had basically the same number of my bitcoins than Mara, so maybe Riot should be a little bit higher here. But I will wait for the August numbers here to compare those, because a high disclosed hash rate number doesn't mean anything if it's not running. If you have a full load hours of 50% or so, that doesn't mean anything. So it seems like Riot, they have more full load hours than Mara right now, and that's why they're producing more the same amount of bitcoins a month. But it's going to be interesting what they have in August. Okay, so the daily revenue, yeah, this is from August to August, so this is 1 year now. You can see I was cheating a little bit here with the data. I was not filling out every day here because a lot of data was missing, but it should fit approximately. We can see Mara here is now number 1, Riot number 2, and so on. You can see the miners here, and here down here is DigiHost and DMG. Okay, the OPEX 3, this is my first indicator for my BMX. Yeah, this is here the 10-day moving average of the gross mining margin, the 30-day and the 90-day divided by 3 multiplied with 360 for 1 year. Yeah, this shows the gross mining margin, so the profitability on the operational side for the miners in the last 90 days. With the focus more on the 10-day and the 30 days. So in the short term, it's more important than the 90 days. Yeah, and yeah, Mara is number 1, Riot number 2, Hive Blockchain number 3, Bitfarms number 4, Argo number 5, HODL number 6, DigiHost number 7, DMG number 8. So yeah, Mara, Riot, the 2 US miners, they have the highest hash rate. Hive is not far away with the Ethereum, and the Bitcoin hash rate, they now have 1 exahash. Yeah, Bitfarms is still at 1.4 exahash. Yeah, they should be now higher because they disclosed some miners. They should be at 1.6. So we are waiting for an update here from Bitfarms. Also Argo, they need the new miners here. They will get them in October or September, October. Hopefully they can. Yeah, it can be faster, and HODL is going to be very interesting with the GPUs. I hope they will put them online. Also, DigiHost will start to get their first batches in August of the new miners. They're now at 200 petahash, so 0.2 exahash. But yeah, they want to start to get January, February or so. They want to have 1.1 exahash, so they should get a lot of miners now. Also, DMG ordered 245 petahash. Also for August, I think, yeah, they will all have delays. It's gonna be always this September or so. Yeah, that's a little bit the thing right now with all these delays, but yeah, we know why. Next category is the HODL excellence. So this is not the operational performance. It's more like, yeah, do they HODL? How many bitcoins do they hold? That is and was also a very important category for me, because I think in the traditional financial models like a discounted cash flow model or so, to value companies, yeah, I mean, with a discounted cash flow, you don't give a lot of attention to the holdings, but I think we never had holdings something like Bitcoin, which can appreciate in 1 year like 10x or so. And if we get a crazy bull run, for example, like 200,000, it's very important to hold a lot of Bitcoins because you can sell them when it's higher. Yeah, this is my opinion. There are different opinions. I know this. For me, this is important. I will not change the model in this bull run. I will wait for the end of this bull run. Okay, maybe we are now at the end. I don't think so, but it's possible. I think it's more likely that we're going higher, and I will judge at the end of the bull run when we're definitely in the bear market about the model and not about everything, but I will not change it now. Okay, so on the holding side, Mara is number 1. They have more than 6,500 bitcoins right now. HODL has something like 4,400. Riot, 2,800 or so. Hive has, I think, 900 bitcoins and 24,000 ether. This should be together when we calculate the ether into bitcoin, something like 2,500 bitcoin equivalents. We have Bitfarms. I think they should have something like 2,000 bitcoins right now. We have Argo Blockchain, 1,700 or so. DigiHost like 300-400, and DMG something like 300 Bitcoin on the balance sheet. Then we have the third category. This is strategic excellence here on the time series. That looks a little bit weird. I have to figure out why this looks this way. The strategic excellence is the indicator which looks into the future. It's the hash rate in the future in the next 6 months, how much hash rate is coming online, and the holdings you hold with the stock to flow model Bitcoin price. So of course right now we are way below the stock to flow model with the Bitcoin price, but a few months ago we were way above. So I have not changed it. The target of the stock to flow for me with the 200,000, but the way the path to 200,000 I changed, of course, because with the stock to flow we should be now at 90,000 or so, and we are at 48,000, so we are far away. So I had to adjust this a little bit, but it shows that also here Mara and Riot are number one here, especially Mara with highest hash rate, disclosed hash rate, highest hash rate, and the biggest holdings. Then we have Riot, Hive, HODL, Bitfarms, Argo, DMG, and DigiHost. And what's interesting that in all three categories, Mara is number one, and I think Riot is in two of them is number two, and in holdings it's number three. But yeah, Mara is really the leader in all of these categories right now. I have also to explain that my model, the BMX model, BLONITY minus excellence, it's only focused on hash rate, costs, holdings, and so on. It does not include the soft factors like ESG, for example, which has become very important for many, and yeah, the management and so on, the investor relations. This is all not included. You can make your own judgment here because this is very subjective. I try to be very objective here with the numbers. Okay, so and then we coming to the BLONITY minus excellent, the BMX. Everything you can see here is not financial advice. I think that's for sure. This is my model here. Yeah, obviously Mara is number one here on BMX on the absolute terms because they are leading all three categories. They had a huge growth, and I really underestimated the potential of Mara and also Riot last year when they started. I should have bought more. I mean, I was with the Canadian stocks and Argo. I did very well. But I mean, the US stocks were also doing great. I was not believing that what they can do in 1 year from zero to hero. That was really an incredible rise. I have to admit this. But I'm glad that I'm holding these companies now. I'm happy with the rise. And yeah, okay. So Mara number one, Riot number two. Yeah, HODL is doing good here. Number three, because of the big holdings here. Hive close here, number four. Bitfarms number five. Argo has dropped a little bit here. They really need the new miners here, and they should hopefully disclose soon some hash rate for Texas. We don't know anything right now. I mean, with 200 megawatt in Texas, yeah, they could start 6 exahash there next year, and they have the potential to 800 megawatts in the upcoming years. So yeah, I mean, Argo is going to be very big. They have now a little bit of difficult time, but I'm still very confident with Argo. So then we have DigiHost here. I mean, DigiHost is very, when you look to the potential hash rate they're gonna be there, they will have, and so on. They're very undervalued, but yeah, they have to do more investor relations, and yeah, they want to go to NASDAQ. That's very important. Yeah, and then we have DMG. They are not the biggest miner, but yeah, they're doing a lot of interesting stuff in my opinion. I don't know, but I really like DMG. I have a big holding right now, and I think, yeah, I've said this a lot, that I think this these mining pool stuff, I mean, this could be the difference for DMG. I'm betting big on this one. Okay, so that's the BMX, and now we're going to the BMXI here, the BLONITY minus excellence indicator. And I have to say something here. Maybe I was selling this a little bit wrong in the last few videos, and I was thinking about this. It shows here, for example, the DigiHost in terms of hash rate and holdings and so on. It's the most undervalued miner, but that doesn't mean it is the best miner. For example, Riot is always very low here on the BMXI, but that also shows that the investors are willing to pay for a high market cap, they're buying this stock because they trust in this company. So you could also argue that Riot is maybe the best mining company because yeah, they have the highest market cap compared to the hash rate, and the people say, okay, they're good in ESG, they're trusting the management and so on, so they're running a great company. But when you look to holdings, when you look to hash rate compared to market cap, DigiHost is the number one here. It's the cheapest, it's the most undervalued, but there's always a reason why it's undervalued. Because maybe people are not trusting, maybe people are scared because of potential dilution and so on. So yeah, that's what I want to say here. That's something you should consider here with the BMXI. So I'm thinking about to explain this a little bit more in the next few videos. So the most undervalued in terms of hash rate and holdings is DigiHost right now, then DMG Blockchain, and then we still have HODL. That was interesting for me because I thought after the rise from the last week, HODL should drop here lower. But these four, and that's very interesting for me, they're more or less on the same level. I mean, the data for me is not perfect. There are always mistakes, differences, and so on. It's a lot of data. Yeah, I do this. It's impossible to be always 100% have all the data right. But what's interesting here is that they are all very close together, and this shows me that the market right now found some way to value these miners. And in my indicator here, they're all here on the same level, and that's very interesting for me. Then we have, of course, the both US stocks. They're on a little bit on another level again, but they're not so far away. And we have these two non-Nasdaq stocks here. They're also in another region. But I really like that these four miners here are more or less on the same level. On the same valuation, and this shows me that my model holds a lot of value here to value these companies. Okay, let's move on. So how many X since version 0.3? So that was December. These were great times, to be honest. Yeah, last time I made this, I think it was in May or so. Yeah, not big rises here. I mean, Hive lost a little bit since that. HODL increased here. HODL had a good last few weeks. Also, Bitfarms did very well here. Argo came down from 20.8x to 14.5. So tough time for Argo right now. But from December to now, Argo has still the highest gains. So that's, I think, what a lot of people are forgetting about Argo right now when they're saying, oh, Argo is not performing. Argo had incredible gains in December, January, February. Yeah, Mara also increased a little bit. DigiHost, yeah, also DMG. Yeah, Riot dropped a little bit. So to be honest, the last few months, nothing big happened here. So we're waiting for the next big leg up here. Okay, guys, so this is very important. I always say this in these videos, and I'm glad that I did. Because it's a rough ride. There will be 50% drops in one day. Can you handle this volatility? To succeed, you need a lot of know-how and nerves of steel. So, I mean, it's a lot of work for me to put all these data here together. And yeah, it was difficult to me to hear that people say I lost my money because of BLONITY and so on, because I always say it's not financial advice, make your own decision. I mean, if you cannot lose, you should not play. That's very easy. So I lost the motivation to put all the data here together. But I think, yeah, I have to live with this. It will always be the case that people blame you for a lot of stuff. And I still stand to my price predictions. And in this video today, I have no price predictions because I made these price predictions. Maybe some of them were too high, but overall, I think if we get a real bull run to approximately $200,000 which is my target, I think we will see incredible gains here. Yeah, and if not, if the bull run stops here and the mining stocks drop, yeah, then I was completely wrong. That's for sure. But I think it's not over. I will not adjust anything here right now, and I think everything is possible We need maybe something like an ETF or so. Okay guys, please remember all models are wrong, but some are useful. So I think it's useful, but sometimes it's also wrong. Yeah, we had here a nice chart from HotCap here from Twitter. He's one of my followers and I follow him. So he compared the miner charts, I think since the beginning of April or mid-March. Interesting, Bitfarms was an incredible performer. We had a new all-time high for Bitfarms on the Canadian dollar chart. Really great. Then there's Mara, always performing good. Then we have HODL. HODL made good gains in the last few weeks after a huge drop before Hive, Riot and Argo. Again, when you go to the January 1st, Argo is going to be number one here. They have, I think, still the biggest gains since January 1st. But when you go to March or so, it was not the best time for Argo, for sure. So it's always the question when you start here, and you will always have different miners at the top. Okay, let's look to the charts here today for the miners. I mean, this is the chart from Mara. That looks incredible strong here in my opinion. And we're not so far away from the all-time highs here. I mean, we're now at $40. The all-time high was at $58 or so. That's not so far away. Yeah, but we can also see that the volume is going down. Then we have Riot. I mean, Riot was incredible here in February with $80. It's far away still from the $80. We're now at 38.5, so there's still a lot of room to grow here. Mara looks a little bit stronger right now. When we go to Hive Blockchain now NASDAQ listed. I mean, people waiting for the financial. It's really time now. We will get them in September, hopefully sooner than later. And I think Hive is incredible profitable. They were very lean in costs. They had a high margin because of the Ethereum mining. And yeah, I think Hive is always a good bet. It's now going sideways here for a while, but yeah, it looks for me like the next big leg up is gonna come soon. Then we have here Bitfarms. I mean, I remember this time when I bought here Bitfarms at 30 Canadian dollar cents. That was incredible. That was this dip here. And we were now at 9 Canadian dollars. This is the US dollar chart. It looks like we had more all-time high. We had here an all-time high, but yeah, these were, I don't know, this was on the OTC market. When you go to the Canadian dollar chart, we had here the new all-time high. So this is, as I'm aware of, the only miner I know with a new all-time high after February. So Bitfarms incredibly strong. Since then we dropped a little bit here, but it looks like we found a bottom. Also, what's incredible here is the volume here for Bitfarms since the NASDAQ listing. That helps a lot, and that's what I'm missing right now for Hive. I mean, it increased, but it's not that big than, for example, HODL or Bitfarms. So I really feel like when the financials are out and when the financials will be good, I think then we will see a lot more volume for Hive Blockchain. But let's go to HODL. Yeah, HODL. I mean, HODL was the leader and BMXI in February, and that's why I was always very bullish on HODL. You know, before it was Argo my leader, and then Argo had huge gains. And before that, yeah, I think I was not making videos, but in my personal valuation, I had Hive Blockchain at number one, and I had a huge increase in Hive. So in February, I was sure that HODL will super skyrocket because of my BMXI. And of course, we had a huge drop here. So sometimes it goes different. Yeah, but I think there was a lot of sentiment. We had this huge correction. And I learned a lot about data and so on in the last few months. But yeah, we're recovering strong, and the volume is also big. I mean, the NASDAQ was also a big changer here for HODL. And we have this nice bottom here, and now we're moving up. And I mean, the strong hands, they were buying down here. And the weak hands were selling here. Yeah, you have to decide on which side you are. But if you're playing with mining stocks, you should be aware that this happens, this stuff, and sometimes it goes lower than you expect, and the corrections, they last longer than you expect. But also you get often very good buying opportunities, that's also for sure. Yeah, then we go to Argo Blockchain. Incredible rise here at the beginning of the year. Since then we have a huge correction, and we're not going really up here right now. People are waiting for this Nasdaq uplisting or for this Nasdaq IPO. Yeah, I have a lot of Argo shares. We can see the volume is incredibly low here. There was a short seller attack and so on, but I really believe in Argo. I really believe in the team, and I think Argo will follow these other stocks very soon. I have no doubt about this. But yeah, sometimes it takes a little bit longer. In my opinion, at the beginning of the year, Argo was overhyped. I also said this in my videos that time because people were criticizing my BMXI. They said Argo is too low, Argo has to be higher, Argo is the best, and so on. Now I was said when I look to the data, Argo is a great company, but it's not undervalued anymore. It's more overvalued at that time. And I think now it's the opposite. The huge hype turned into a huge bearish sentiment right now for Argo. People are bored of this price action and so on. But I think in the end it will be healthy, and it will be the start for a new big rise here for Argo. Yeah, like the others are already starting. We have DMG blockchain. I bought here at $2 something, but I average down all the time here. I have more than 50 buys or so for DMG, and I'm now in green. That's great. After this rise here, I don't know. I like DMG. Yeah, then we have Bit Digital, huge correction here because miners in China. Then they say they go to US. They will work with DigiHost together. So that made a huge rise here. But yeah, now it's consolidating here. The volume is going crazy because they are also Nasdaq traded. Yeah, we will see where Bit Digital is going. I made a lot of money with day trading. I'm now a little bit, yeah, with 10% or so. I'm trading on a separate portfolio. Yeah, because I'm now full time in this thing here, and YouTube and so on. I'm not charging money right now on Patreon, so there's no income right now, no real income. So yeah, I'm living from trading right now to cover my expenses, and so far it works. Right now I'm sitting a little bit in Argo since 2 or 3 weeks. That was not a very successful trade. I'm more or less at zero, so I have to wait for the next leg up. But also I made money with 3D with Griffin mining. They are very good for day trading in my opinion, because they're very volatile. They go up and they go down like crazy. Yeah, and then we have DigiHost down here. I mean, on the BMXI side, it looks like the most undervalued miner. They need something. I think they need now miners, and they need trust from the investors. They need a lot better investor relations. When you send them an email, you should get an answer or something like this. Yeah, and they said they want to go to Nasdaq, and that's gonna be very interesting. Yeah, whether they can go there or not. Okay, guys. So that was the miner comparison for today. I will try to do this every week now. And yeah, guys, don't forget to have fun also in these hard times. I know it's different, and think like a whale. I mean, with the recovery, for example, Bitfarms or HODL or so, you can see it's never over. When it goes down, it goes up again, and when it goes up, it goes down. The difficulty is to buy low and sell high, and sometimes that's very difficult. I think if you cannot do it, then just hold and yeah, see it as a long-term investment, and then it's very difficult to lose, in my opinion. Okay, guys, so thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next one. Auf Wiedersehen.